Okay, I've just been thinking about the 6-mark questions on the latest mock. And with 6-mark questions, often you have to write about at least 2 things. So typically when you look at the mark scheme will be there, and in order to attain the highest level, it'll have a big "and" in capitals, meaning they've got to write about 2 things. And if you only write about 1 thing, it doesn't matter how much detail you go into, you limit yourself to 4 out of 6. You just cannot access 6 out of 6. So it's important to write about both topics in the question, and it's important to be able to identify both topics in the question. Now this one's a bit strange because there's been a couple of questions this year where they want you to write about 3 topics in order to get the 6 marks. And the same rule applies if you only write about 2 topics. However good you write about those topics, you're not going to get 6 marks. You're going to be limited to 4 marks. So if I just read the question to you, this will give you an idea of what we're up against. The question says, why is ultrasound used rather than surgery or x-rays to measure body fat? Explain what the display shows and how it can be used to find the thickness of body fat in Becky's arm. Now, the first question is testing your knowledge, if you like, but it requires you to talk about 2 different things there. And some candidates are getting so into writing 2 things there that they're forgetting the final part. The final part is a little bit more easy in that you're given the data on the previous page and you just have to interpret the data correctly and accurately in a detailed manner to get the 6 marks. So in fact, every candidate that can do a really great answer to the first point should be able to get the second one, but some people are just missing it out, they're not noticing it's there. So it's about raising that awareness that in this question you'd need to write about 3 things. So in terms of why is ultrasound used rather than surgery or x-rays, you must compare first ultrasound with surgery, that's the first thing, and talk about that in detail. Then for your second point, you've got to compare ultrasound with x-rays in detail. And then, as I said, your third part, you've got to refer to the information given and start breaking it down into detailed answers. So if you didn't address all 3 parts of that question there, you limited yourself to 4 out of 6, despite perhaps being a perfectly capable student.